Hi and welcome to this video. My name is Diane and I work as a cabin crew in UAE. I am here to share my experience as a cabin crew and help you with your journey. So in today's video, we are going to discuss everything about Singapore Airlines training, and if you're someone who's going to join Singapore Airlines, if you have cleared your interview or you're planning to join the airline in the future, then you have come to the right video. Firstly, if you have been selected, then congratulations. It's one of the best companies or the best airlines to be in. So to begin with things to carry, as I mentioned, Singapore Airlines is 3 months of training. So carry formals that will suffice you for these 3 months. For the last 15 days you wear the uniform, but for 2.5 months you are wearing formals. So you can carry formals how much ever you want according to how you're going to style it. Second thing is heels is compulsory, and the toe has to be covered. From the back it can have a strap or whatever, that's fine, but the toe has to be covered. Third is a cabin bag, which will be blue, gray, black. Yeah, these three colors are allowed, and Singapore Airlines does not give you a cabin bag along with your uniform, unlike other airlines. So you carry your own, and during training also you need to have a cabin bag. So it'd be better if you already have it rather than adding up your expenses over there. Then polo t-shirt and polo t-shirts and sports shoes. This is compulsory for your safety training, which is for 15 days. So depending on how much ever number you want to carry, you can, but make sure you have these in your bag or have this when you're joining the company. Then is straightener, because even though you have a straight hair, even though you have done keratin, even though you have done anything, you have to have a straightener with you. You can check my shorts and that everything is mentioned. Nails, please don't get your nails done. Please don't get your nails done. Do not do any gel polish, do not do any French, nothing. Just do a regular just keep your nails natural, because during training you're not allowed to have any of those. So think you have, for example, you have gone and done your nails and then you join the company, and then second day you have to go and find a salon where you have to get rid of these nails. Then makeup, of course, if you want any details about the makeup, everything is on my shorts, you can check. Then is tab then is tab or laptop. This is not necessary, but I would say if you have it, please don't forget to carry. And if you don't have, and if you're ready to invest in these, it would be very helpful, because during your training, every day or every second day you are making presentations, so you need to have this. Like for me, I did not have, I used to make it on my phone, which was very difficult, and the entire manual is also on your phone. So the airline had provided us tabs, but when the instructor was giving us, she mentioned that it's very old and it's not going to work, it's not going to do anything. Basically, yes, it was not doing anything. I used to just use it to scroll the manual, that's it. So these are the things to carry. So now I'm going to explain your day one when you land into Singapore. So when you arrive in Singapore, for me it was in the morning. My entire batch arrived in the morning itself. So yes, you arrive in the morning. There is no one to pick you up from the company. You are given a PDF which shows that first you have to go to STC, which is Singapore Training Center, directly from the airport, and you sign a bond. So when you arrive at the airport, you just try to follow that. You buy a SIM first, and then you go to STC with your entire 40 kg luggage. You go to the training center, you sign the contract, and then you are sent to the hotel. So Singapore Airlines gives you 7 days, 1 week of hotel stay. Then you go back to the hotel, and the hotel check-in is at 3, and you sign your contract at around 8 or 9. So from that time till 3, the hotel will not give you early check-in. They hadn't given my entire batch, so we are all just waiting at the lobby. And between that time, we also had to go and get our medicals done, which again, we are in a new country, we are not aware of anything, and the company did not send any kind of transportation or any kind of help, maybe an admin or someone, or maybe just book a cab or a driver for us to take us to the medical. But any which ways, we 5 of us had gone by bus, and we just found our way. And yes, we got our medicals done. We got back to the hotel again. We were waiting till 3 p.m. for them to allow us to check in the hotel. It was 3, yes. And once that was done, we checked into a hotel. By evening, late evening, we had got our medical results, which everybody had cleared. The second day of arrival in Singapore, you have to get your measurements done. Again, they send you an address and you have to reach that address somehow. You search and you actually, everything in Singapore is easy and you can navigate. Everything is by bus, so it's not very difficult, but it gets a little overwhelming because you are just come to the city, I mean just come to a new country, and you're already finding so much of things. They've already given you tasks. So anyway, second day you get your you get your measurements done. That's all. Then you have third, fourth and fifth day. You have 3 days to find your accommodation, to sort your transportation to the training center. Most important is the accommodation, because on the 5th day of arrival in Singapore, from the day you join, the 5th day, they already want you to have a SIM card and they want you to have an address that you give to the companies. To get a SIM card, it's very easy, obviously, we all know, but to find a house, and Singapore, it's very difficult to find some broker or some house that they're going to give you for like 6 months or whatever. It's always 1 year or 2 years. Even for 1 year, it was like I had to convince that please give me for 1 year and not more than that. But that totally depends on you, whether you want to stay in a condo or you want to stay in a government housing. If you want more video on a detailed about the housing in Singapore, I can make a separate video, but if I add everything here, it's going to be very long. Then on the 5th day, as I mentioned, you have 3 days to sort everything, like sort your house and pay the deposit and pay the first rent, everything. You do it, and then you have 2 days of rest where you're just relaxing with your batchmates. You get to know them, or actually you don't know your batch still, but you know there are people in the hotel that's staying with you. For us, we were just relaxing those 2 days. Some of them hadn't got houses still, so we were seeing each other's house, we were understanding, we were signing the contract. For me, I had already given that address to the company, but I hadn't signed the contract, so we were going back and forth with the house, with the broker, I would say. So when you're joining that airline, because you have so much of expense, you have house rent. First, I think they take 1 rent or 3 rents, they take 1 rent, they take brokerage, and there's so much more. You're already paying for transportation, you're paying for food, and also the hotel that they give you, nothing is provided, not even breakfast, not even water. You have to sort everything by yourself. Basically nothing is provided when you're training and you stay in that specific hotel that they give for the first 7 days. So yeah, you are spending a lot. And the company gives loans. So when you are joining, the email mentions that they will give you a certain amount of loan that you can take, which I thought I will take. But after I reaching, that was a 5 lakh loan, 5 lakh Indian rupees in Singapore. I'll mention it here. I'm not sure how much it is, but you will get that loan after 60 days. So 60 days, where am I going to stay? So any which ways, I arranged the money because I was previously working in India, so I had the money. But you have to have at least 3 lakhs Indian rupees ready, and that is for basic. That's not even like a very fancy house or something. In this 3 lakhs, your brokerage and your first rent and your food and all of that, you will be able to manage. Yeah, that's a lot of money. So you need to, I mean, the loan will be useful if they, I'll give it to you in the first few days. You're giving it to me after 60 days. I've already managed my rent and my brokerage. Now what do I do? And also the loan amount is cut for the next 2 years from your salary. There are other few expenses that also you will have to bear, which the company will give you later. One is a US visa, which was 15,000 INR, and all the US dollars I will mention on the screen. I will have to check all of that. Second was the Sing Pass, like how we have Emirates ID here, there was a Sing Pass there, so you pay for that also. And for all this, you go before or after your training, and they just provide you the address. You have to figure out your way to that place back and forth on your own. Even for US visa, at least your whole batch is together. You go and you come back. So yeah, that's about it. The training is a little difficult, I would say. I mean, if you are an ex-crew, it's not very difficult, but if that is the first airline that you're joining, you will get a little क्या हो रहा है क्यों ये वो. But if you're ex Indigo, I swear it's easy. The exams are also fine. It's just that they put you under too much pressure, but I think they do that in Indigo also. So for me it was okay, but people that were, which was their first airline, it was very difficult, and they are very much focused on customer service. They give top notch customer service, which I will agree on. Their training is difficult. Their training is it is focused on customer service, so you need to know everything. For me, what was difficult was the alcohol pronunciation and to remember the concoction sorry, of the alcohol. But all that is fun, you know. You get to make alcohol, you get to try you get to make, in a sense, the cocktails, mocktails. You get to make, you get to learn a lot also, which is fun. You get to taste food, and there are two exams that's very scary because you get rebatched. I'll talk about rebatch in a minute. So these two exams, first is the English exam. It's like divided in 3-4 parts. One is like an exam. This is already when you're in training and 1 month is passed already. It's like some exam, and then you talk, and I don't know, there's a lot going on. And during my time, my entire batch was crying because they had put us through so much pressure. And for me, I didn't understand why is everyone crying. And my friend, we were just looking at each other like very shocked and surprised, like why is everyone crying? People are presenting, they're giving their presentations, and they're crying and giving their presentations, and I didn't understand why. I mean, I swear, I mean, now I know, maybe because it was the pressure that they were feeling for rebatch. Because if you get rebatch, you are what you do is, if you fail an exam twice, no sorry, if you fail an exam 3 times, you are rebatched from your batch. So even if you have finished 1 month or 2 months with that batch, you leave that batch completely, and then every day you come to STC, Singapore Training Center. For 1 month you have to do self-study. So you're kept with a bunch of people who are rebatched. It's like a hall that they give them, or one classroom they give them. They come from 8 to 5 every day. They have to like just do their self-study for a month, and then their training starts all over again from day 1. So the rebatchers have one batch, and then from day 1 they start. So again 3 months plus the 2 months with your previous batch plus 1 month that you were kept to do self-study. So 6 months you are in training, which is very like sad, because you are not even getting a lot of salary. You don't get flying allowance. As a cabin crew, you know, flying allowance is everything. So 6 months staying on training, salary is not a joke, to be honest. But if you've got rebatch, it's not the end of the world. You can definitely do again, and it's much easier then, is what I've heard. Because like for the 1 month you're just going through the same thing, so obviously the exam is then easy. Second exam is customer service, and which a lot of people get rebatched also, but all they have there is role play in a sense. Someone customer service, like by mistake you threw coffee on someone, or some other passengers making noise and you're getting disturbed. All of that, it's just like an enactment, but they have like a proper script. For example, I'll give you one example. One of the role play was, if someone threw a drink on a passenger, what happens? So there was a step by step. You will run to the galley, get tissues, wipe, take the passenger, go to the there was exactly steps, which obviously when you're flying is not going to work. Whatever comes to your mind first, you're going to do that, but for the exam purpose you have to follow these steps. There's a lot of fines that you have to pay if you misplace your ID. Of course, every company has fine, that's understood, but they also have fines if you misplace your name. So they give you a paper. It's a paper with Singapore logo bottom and your name written. If you misplace that, there's a fine. Second thing, if you don't bring a laptop or your iPad that day, or your study material, there's a fine. No, sorry, for that there's no fine, there's an email. For ID there's a fine, of course. And then you all as class contribute money every day, like $1.50 every day, or you do it on monthly basis, and you have to buy a water bottle for your instructor every day. So 2 water bottles, 500 ml, 500 ml. But I don't understand the logic behind it, like why? And you have a class representative which changes every day. You are assigned according to your ID number. So every day the class representative has to go purchase that water bottle and give it to their batch instructor. So yeah, on the first day, all this is already decided, who's the class representative, who will make what. There's a lot of things. You make a board also, which I was responsible for. I had to make a board, written batch number, I think it was 91. So batch 91 with everyone's photo, and I had to make it creative. And I am responsible to carry it every day, because every day the class changes and I will put it on the board, and so anybody passing by out knows which batch is inside. Some things that don't make sense to me, but okay, whoever has made it, it makes sense to them. So yeah, I think I have covered all of the training. If there's any questions in your mind, then please mention it in the comment. I will reply. I reply to a lot of messages also regarding this. That's when I thought that why not make a video. So next time anybody messages me, I'm going to I'm going to send this video. Also, one more last thing which I forgot is the graduation. The graduation is it's okay, it's nice. I mean, again, you all collect money and you have to make invitation cards, and you have to send invitation to every instructor there, and you have to get your own, purchase your own decoration. You have to come early before your graduation starts, decorate the place. It's like your graduation, but you are giving it to the instructors, like thanking them. Whereas in other companies, it's like it's your graduation, so the company does it for you. But here it's ulta, you do it for the company. So yeah, as I was saying, again, there are people assigned. 4 of y'all will come early, do the decoration. Some of you, then there's a table, which is a snack table or food, whatever, depending on what you want. You get that done for the instructors. So basically, it's your graduation, but you are throwing a party. Your entire batch is throwing a party to the instructors. Miss something, and then after this I'll be like, oh, I missed it. But anyways, thank you so much for staying till the end if you did, and if you want more such videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. Thank you. Bye.